Hi everyone, Xandros here, and I'm not in a good mood. Now, I'm sure you can kind of tell that from reading the video title. I am not in a good mood. I've not been in a good mood since a little after waking up. Jumped on Twitter for a little bit, just, waking up, just kind of browsing. And I see that hashtag down there. Well, I'm not making it an actual hashtag. I'm just, the Game Freak lied hashtag. I don't even care about the train. You're going to hear a train, and I don't care. So I see that, and I'm reading through some of the stuff. And I'm pissed. But here's the thing. It's not Game Freak that I'm pissed at. It's these assholes. The Game Freak lied assholes. The bring back the national decks assholes. That's who I'm pissed at. Now, I'm gonna say this up front. I don't know for a fact Game Freak lied. I'm gonna tell you that it doesn't look good. The optics don't look good. That it seems like either there's a mistranslation, misinterpretation, just something lost and people talking past each other, considering it's a language barrier. That's possible. That there's been some misunderstandings. And it is possible that they lied. It is possible that they lied. And you know what? That's on Game Freak. If they lied, that's bullshit. Straight up, that's bullshit. If it's an issue with translation or misinterpretation, then that's on their PR department for the Pokemon Company to come in and do something about that. I mean, we had the Game Informer debacle with the gyms, about a month ago or so? And they had to correct that. Sorry, I have something sitting aside here that I'm going to bring up very shortly. But we're going to handle the Game Freak portion of this real quick. There's been some poor PR handling with Sword and Shield. I'm not going to deny that. I'm not going to deny that some of the stuff they've said seems a bit questionable. I'm not going to sit here and completely, I stand Game Freak completely. No. They're still a corporation. The Pokemon Company is a corporation. It's all these different companies having their hands in the Pokemon pie. And Game Freak is, part of that. So failure to communicate, improper communication, lies, whatever. Those are problems. And that's problems with, any industry. The gaming industry has definitely got a lying issue. A lot. And we're going to get into that a little today, too. But I think Game Freak is in some ways being treated very unfairly right now. And I'm talking about Game Freak, the people that work on the games. The people that, put a lot of time into this. Because I feel that's where a lot of the vitriol is going. That's going to the developers. It's going to the people on the ground. Busting ass. Working who knows how many hours. Because I really hope Game Freak isn't pulling crunch. I really hope you're not doing that, Game Freak. But I feel a lot of this is being directed at the wrong people. If you want to direct it at the Pokemon Company, do that. That's fine. You want to direct it at Nintendo, guess what? They're part owners in the whole Pokemon Company thing. That's fine. If you want to put it at the people in charge of Game Freak, that own it, that's fine. You can criticize the management side of it. That's fine. But when you start going after the developers, and the mood there is shit, like we've been hearing some reports of how bad the morale is, part of it is you assholes that I'm talking to today. It's not all you. Not all you. But you're definitely fucking part of it. By the way, I'm using my newer mic. I'm not using the webcam mic now. Isn't that great? Got an actual proper microphone with a pop filter and everything. I'm upgrading again. It's great. If you have been catching me on Twitch, I've been streaming on there. So I've been actually here doing videos lately. Just life in the way. But, you know, that's the whole thing. Not going to worry about the whole, like, YouTube show. I've done that several times in the past. Life happens. YouTube's not my job. I have a job. YouTube's for fun. Twitch is for fun. You know, this is for fun. Pokemon's for fun. And there are assholes not making it fun. And I'm not a big YouTuber. I'm not some celebrity YouTuber. It's like, I'm not a Markiplier. I'm not a KSI. You know, I'm not some big name. I'm just some fucking schmuck from Ohio. In front of a webcam, speaking into the void. That's who I am. And my words may not carry a lot of weight. That's fine. But I'm still gonna fucking speak it. I'm just gonna speak my mind. I am going to say right now how I feel about the people spreading around the hashtag GameFreakLied, and the ones that were spreading around and probably still spread around, because let's face it, what fucking better thing they have to do on their day-to-day life than spreading around the bring back the national Dex. Fuck all of you. I peeked there. I can guarantee I did. There's no thing here. I'm not reading cards in Audacity or anything. No, this is strictly with the Logitech programming. Yeah. Behind the scenes, magic spoiled. So here's the thing. I'm really frustrated right now. I don't mind that there are people in the group that are criticizing it, these decisions that have been made, and the things that seem to either be lies or omissions or half-truths or whatever. I don't mind them speaking criticisms. You can criticize. This match isn't for you. This is not who's being directed this right now. You people that have been doing criticism, constructive criticism, even if you're upset, but you haven't been an asshole about it, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the other fuckers. I'm talking to you motherfuckers that are spoiling the game for people like me, who have been doing everything they fucking can to avoid any non-official spoilers. So anything that's been brought by Game Freak and them and Pokemon Company on their official channel and that, or officially released out into the wild, that's the only information I want to know. I don't care about the data mining. I'm avoiding that. And yet, I have been spoiled a couple times now on a couple of Pokemon I didn't see yet. So, like, some evolutions of some certain starters that I shouldn't be seeing because that has been officially announced. But motherfuckers are putting them in these hashtags. And they're showing up as part of my feed. Now, mostly I've been lucky, because most of the people I follow that like Pokemon aren't fucking dicks. And maybe they know about the data mines, but they're not spreading that shit. They're not talking about it in any detail. So why am I seeing video of Scorbunny's evolution? I'm showing, like, the animations. Like, I don't fucking care. Show something like that if you want to criticize what's going on with the fight animations. Use existing Pokemon that we already know about, not ones we don't. Now, maybe that was at Scorbunny's evolution, because I saw it real quick and I scrolled past and ignored it. Because I was reading that and I looked at it, like, oh shit, and scrolled. So maybe it was Scorbunny that knows Double Kick. I don't know the name of its evolution, if it was its evolution. Because I didn't get a good look. Because all I saw was the ears. I'm like, nope, just in case. Because I know there are some assholes that have the game earlier than they should. That have broken street date. That have illegitimate copies. And fuck you too, by the way. Because assholes like you are why we can't have nice things sometimes. Just saying. But I shouldn't be getting spoilers. And if you're spoiling shit to try to prove your point, you're an asshole. You're fucking scum as far as the gaming community goes. Not everyone is fine with being spoiled. How would you feel if I saw Star Wars? You know, The Rise of Skywalker here in December, when it comes out. And second fucking one of the review, I spoil the ending. I don't give you a spoiler warning. I don't prep you. I just give you the fucking ending. I spoil it for you. I spoil you any deaths. I spoil everything. How would you feel? Would you be pissed? Don't do this shit. Be upset. Be critical. Do not be a dick. That is the theme of today's video. Don't be a dick. So, it's not just the spoiler issues I'm having with this. Here's another one I'm having. I'm gonna stay away from these particular assholes down here for a little bit. The Game Freak Lied assholes. We're going away from you. We're going back to you. Bring back the National Dex dipshits. You see what I have here? It's Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth Complete Edition. It's both games from the Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth series. Good games, by the way. I like these. I've not finished them, but either. And yeah, this is me buying them a second time. I got them for the Switch because the PS4 no longer has any of the DLC for the first game. In fact, you can't download the first game anymore. So, like, you know what? This has all the DLC on it. I'm like, it's a good buy. I can't get them anymore. So I went ahead and I got this. And you know, Digimon and Pokemon have had a intertwined connection for decades now. Being called a Pokemon ripoff. And kinda, in some ways maybe you can say that. I don't necessarily believe that, obviously. I mean, it's a monster collecting thing. Yeah, that's not new. Hi, Shin Megami Tensei. But Digimon is an apt thing to bring up to you. Bring back the National Dex fuckers. Do you know how many Digimon exist? I know I'm speaking to Pokemon fans who... There might be some crossover for some of you, I don't know, maybe. But do you know how many Digimon exist in total in this franchise? Do you? Here's a hint. More than there exists Pokemon, and that includes any new ones that are coming out that are in this data mines, that are in these new games. You can add them into. There's still more. I'll give you a few seconds. You can write down in the comments below. Oh, time's up. 1,400. There are roughly 1,400 Digimon. And do you know how many are in these games? Do you? I'll give you a hint. It's not all of them. 300-ish. A little over 300. If you look at the back of the box for Hacker's Memory, 320 it says was featured. And here it says features over 300 Digimon. That's 1,100 Digimon that don't exist in this game. Do you hear the Digimon fan base blowing a fucking fuse? I don't think people in the Pokemon fan base realize how fucking spoiled we've been to have every Pokemon available, every generation. They had a new one, all the past ones are available. Well, except for Gen 3, they had to do re-releases, do that. But that was a technical thing with Game Boy Color to Game Boy Advance stuff, and that was a technical thing that couldn't be helped. It's whatever, it's an infrastructure issue. But still, since then, they have always done their best to make sure that we had every Pokemon. We have broken the 800 number, folks. That's a lot. And Pokemon has continually evolved, technically. Generation after generation after generation. The technology has gotten better. They expand the scope of that. And I'm going to adjust the camera just slightly. I'm a little off. Because I'm leaning, and the mic's right here. So, you know. So, yeah. We've been spoiled. And now, Game Freak, the Pokemon Company, whoever made the decision, decided, hey, we're creeping up on that 1,000 mark. That's a lot of programming to do. That's a lot of shit to put in. Maybe we should scale it back. Now, you can criticize the reasonings they've given for doing it, saying all this animations you have to do and all this stuff, and it's like all this modeling. Fine, you can criticize some of that because they future-proofed their older models from Sun and Moon, so they could reuse them. You can criticize that to an extent. But I don't think it's fucking unreasonable to say, hey, we don't want to program all these guys all the time, especially when you have to do overworld sprites. Well, sprites, models. I'm just thinking the older games. You know, the overworld models that they have to program and animate. It's a lot of work to do something when you're at nearly 1,000. I don't think you fuckers realize that when we talk about these new animations they were having to do, it doesn't mean it's in the fucking battles. The overworld has Pokemon roaming in it now. Like in Let's Go, Eevee and Pikachu. Which is a thing that a lot of people are like, oh, we got rid of the random grass battles, we can do them overworld. Okay. Now imagine programming around 900 of those. 850. I'll be generous. I'll say 850 or more. Even if you're not animating all of them, all the legendary stuff would be walking around. Maybe some are. I don't know. I haven't played the game yet. I'm not a fucking thief stealing shit and then airing it out there. But that would still be hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of animated models free roaming that have to be randomly generated in areas based on whatever the program they use to say, hey, what shows up in what area, how frequently, and stuff like that. It's not just the battle animations, assholes. It's the roaming stuff. It's the reactions when the things see you in the world and then come running at you sometimes. And sure, not all of them have like a lot of animations, but they have to program a lot of that shit. It's little minute shit. They have to do facial expressions. Like, shock, and then they come running at you. The arm swinging, the leg moving, the facial expression, the way they walk. All of that has to be animated. It has to make sure that the models can do it right and not look too terrible. And you really expect them to do around 800 of them. Fuck off. Fuck off. That's all I've got to say. I don't care that there's not all the Pokemon in the game. Do I look like somebody that's fucking sad that I don't have to worry about catching a Love Disc? Or a Sunkern? Or any of the fucking elemental monkeys? Do I look like I care? If they're not in the games, I'm not gonna fucking cry about it. Because I don't care about them. And maybe there are some of your favorites, and that's fine. You can be upset they're not in the game or not. I don't know if they are, because I've not been dealing with the leaks. But the point is, everyone has Pokemon they don't like. Not all Pokemon are created equal. Not everyone likes all of them. I don't like all of them. I could care less about a lot of them. Not all of them. There's ones that I like that are personal favorites that are not the most popular. I like Chinchou. I think it's adorable. Pyugamuku's a good Pokemon. I think it's fun. I love Mimikyu. Not every Pokemon I like is one that's going to be in every game going forward. Do you see me crying like a little fucking child over it? Squirtle could not be in Sword and Shield right now. I don't know. Squirtle is my favorite Pokemon. And if that Pokemon is not in Sword and Shield, oh well. I have a shelf over here, up that way, that little top corner up here that you can't see, right above the Switch games, are my DS games. And my 3DS games. And my Game Boy Advance games. Squirtle is in all of those. It's not like I am wanting for Squirtle. Pokemon Bank exists. Home will exist soon. Guess what I can do? I can move a Squirtle up to be used in whatever future games come out. I hate every one of you that was pushing this bring back the National Dex shit and being assholes about it. I'm not talking about the people that were just upset and felt slighted and they were critical of it. You're fine to feel hurt. You're fine to feel mad. Your emotions are valid. That's fine. But you had assholes threatening Game Freak employees. You had assholes harassing Game Freak. Whether it be Matsuda or any of the people that were in charge of the program, of the actual, project, maybe even some of the developers and programmers. I don't know. I don't know who the fuck you targeted, but I don't care because you shouldn't fucking do it. Who the fuck are you to think that you have the right to do that? How fucking dare you? That's why I didn't take anything with the Bring Back the National Dex fucking serious, because of assholes like you. And what's funny is a bit of the complacency of the other people in the Bring Back the National Dex argument that kind of were like, yeah, well, about it. Not saying all of you are like that. There were some of you that will call that shit out, and you're good people. You're fine people. And your criticisms are valid in that you're upset and you don't like it. You can still criticize over that. That's fine. But overall, fuck Bring Back the National Dex as a hashtag, and fuck most of you for the way you've treated Game Freak and for the way you've treated fans like me who didn't have a problem with it. I saw it coming in the future at some point. I wasn't surprised. Not for long, anyway. It's like, oh, I figured the Switch, they wouldn't do that just yet, but you know what? I could understand it. I am a relatively reasonable person, despite what past videos might say about me, and the way I kind of go off the handle on things. I may be hyperbolic. I may be an asshole, and I am an asshole. I freely admit that. I'm one of the nicest assholes you might meet. Maybe. Because I'm generally a nice person. But I'm an asshole, and I admit to that. Well, you got the asshole today. You're not getting the nice guy. But I think I'm done with the Bring Back the National Dex. It's not coming back. I hope it doesn't come back. Because I think it's a hindrance. It has stifled a lot of the creativity. Because what happens when every Pokemon's allowed to come back? We keep getting the fucking Kanto filleting. Look, I'm a Gen 1er. I've been playing since Red and Blue. I'm an older fuck now. I'm 32. And I still play Pokemon. Yeah, they ain't more kids, but they're fun. They're part of the innocent aspect of my life that I still enjoy. I'm allowed that. You know what? Do you know what I'm not allowed? What I'm not owed? I'm not owed everything at all times. I'm not owed a National Dex. They don't owe me that. They don't owe you that. And when we get rid of the national decks, we can slowly, finally, stop sucking the dick of red and blue, and green and yellow. We can finally start getting away from Kanto. Because there's one thing I have been critical of these games over the last few years. It's how much fucking nostalgia baiting we have had to deal with when it comes to Kanto and the Kanto decks. I like Charizard as much as anyone else, but I'm fucking sick of seeing him get all this special shit. I am sick of Eevee constantly showing up and getting special shit. Let's go. Did Eevee need that? No, not really. I'm fine if you want to show me an evolution. That at least gives me a reason to have Eevee in there. I like evolutions because there's still some that haven't been done. It's part of the fun of being a Pokemon fan. When's the next evolution? Because they're kind of interesting. They actually kind of try to be a little creative with how you evolve them. Giving Charizard another fucking special form. Oh well, I don't care anymore. Stop, Game Freak. We don't need Kanto getting, shoved in our face all the time. I'm fine giving Johto some time to shine. Giving Hoenn some time to shine. Giving fucking Sinnoh even. If you want to give Diamond and Pearl some fucking love, fine. I don't like Gen 4. I think they were the worst games in the series. To date, I've not played the new ones. They could be bad. I don't know. But today, Gen 4 is the worst, in my personal opinion. I thought the story was kind of shit. It was very uneven. It was paced poorly. The villain's whole thing was fucking stupid. But I don't have a problem with the Pokemon getting some love. Give them some new evolutions. Some of the ones that didn't have any, or only had one. Give them regional variants. I'm fine with that. Please. Any other decks but Kanto can get some regional variants. That's great. I was happy when Zigzagoon was shown to have a regional variant. I was happy that Zigzagoon was shown to have a new evolution past Lanoon. That's great. It made me care about Zigzagoon. And I didn't care about the little HM slave, especially since HMs aren't a thing anymore. So that was the right way, Game Freak, to do that. You deserve credit for doing Zigzagoon a regional variant, and Lanoon a regional variant, and then giving them a cross-generation evolution. That is how you do it. But you don't need to keep doing it to Gen 1. I like the Galarian wheezing. I do. I love its stupid top hat. I love its stupid, mustaches. I love every bit of that. That's fine. You can do some of them. Most of them better not be fucking Kanto. I will be critical of that. Because I'm done with Kanto. So I hope that with Sword and Shield you've been giving love to other Pokemon from other generations beyond Kanto, despite what you've shown us. That is how you criticize something, assholes. You can be spirited. You can be a little, what's what I'm thinking? Crass? You can cuss, that's fine. I don't have a problem with words like fuck. They're fun words. Fuck's a fun word. But notice I wasn't attacking Game Freak. I'm not attacking individuals. I'm attacking some of the concepts. I'm attacking some of the ideas. I'm attacking some of the ways to go about it. I'm being critical. I'm not being a dick. I'm done with bringing back the National Dex people now. You can kindly fuck off and not buy the games, for all I care. We don't need you. We don't want you in the community. Kindly fuck off. But now for these assholes. The Game Freak lied assholes. I've already kind of dealt with one of the criticisms with the animation things. They lied to us. Overworld animation for the models. They started to do new animations. They started to do new things. You can go after them for like, oh, we had to make new models. They look like the old models from Sun and Moon that we knew were future-proofed. Now, I've heard rumor there was an issue, and this is a rumor. This isn't completely 100% true. I don't know if it is. It may be, it may not be. But that there seemed to have been an issue with transferring that data, the model data, and converting it for Sword and Shield from the Sun and Moon stuff. Because there was some kind of problem, and they had to redo it. So we may be looking at the same models, but they might have been recreated from scratch. And if that's the case, they're not lying. They had to make new models. They had to redo all of the ones that they were doing in this game, or in these set of games. Now, maybe that's not true, and it didn't happen that way, and they just ported over the better models that they did for Sun and Moon that they, downgraded to work on Sun and Moon. But they're still high quality when they're in their normal form, which is what we're supposedly getting in Sword and Shield. Even if that's the case, I don't care about reused assets that much. Do you know a game series that reuses assets? Yakuza. Kamurocho doesn't change that much from Yakuza 0 and Yakuza Kiwami. It's the same fucking map. Same fucking place. Do I look like I'm mad about that? No, because Yakuza's good games. It's a good series. You should play them. They're good. I approve of them. Reused assets aren't in and of themselves bad. So what if they're actually using the models they future-proofed? Good! That's fine if it saves them time and effort and a fucking headache. And if they had a problem converting the data to work from Sun and Moon to Sword and Shield, for whatever reason, there was a technical issue and everything fucked up, and they had to do them from scratch again. So what? They remade the same models. They're good models. They work. Fucking stop, you idiots. I get a headache from this shit. Look. If you feel lied to, that's fine. You can feel lied to. I'm not going to defend Game Freak for the way they've handled some of this stuff with their PR shit. They've mishandled it. They've bungled it. Have they lied? Possibly. I'm not going to say definitely, because I don't know. I don't work at Game Freak. I'm not behind the scenes. I don't know what the fuck goes on. Maybe they lied. And you know what? That's shitty. Sure. Call them out for it. But I feel Game Freak over the years has earned enough good grace with the Pokemon community, enough good faith with us as consumers to call them out for shitty behavior and not be fucking cunts about it. You can call them out. You can criticize. Don't fucking go overboard with it. I've seen a couple people go overboard with it. There's one that went overboard with it. I just saw her just fucking prior to doing this video. And I'll put it up in post probably. I might add it in. I'm going to pull it up to look at real quick. Because I want to read this shit to you. Let me find it. Where is it at? Ah, here we are. So, I'm going to fucking out the person that did this because they put it out there. I'm not going to hide your fucking name, your little @ because this is disgusting. What I'm about to either show or say to you. Again, I don't know if I'm going to put it in post. If I just might put this straight up on the channel. I might not even put this up on the channel. Maybe I'm just doing this to vent. Because I'm tired of the fucking people in this gaming community, in the fucking Pokemon community, completely and utterly being shitheads. Especially when there's anyone trying to be fucking positive. So here is at Rant underscore Elzo, or just Elzo with question marks and shit. And it's RAPD underscore Elzo, whatever. I don't know. I might cut that out. Maybe I don't need to spell. Maybe it's on screen. I don't fucking care. I'm going to read this to you. What would Mr. Iwata say about the new Pokemon games? The man that reprogrammed Gold and Silver and even made Kanto fit into a single cartridge. Sorry, Mr. Iwata. Thanks God you didn't get to see what they are doing with these games. Hashtag Game Freak lied. And there's a little image, from The Simpsons, where do it for her changed to do it for him with pictures of Iwata. You're using a dead man to push your spoiled fucking viewpoint. You have the fucking balls to drag Iwata's fucking corpse out for your shitty little tweet because Game Freak hurt your feelings. Do I really need to say why this is a fucking disgusting display? Do I really? I've never met the man. I never met Iwata. I never got to interact with him in any way, shape, or form. But I respected him. He was someone that, in today's world, did something fucking humble. When Nintendo was going through that rough patch with the Wii U, when he was in charge, he took responsibility for it, cut his own pay to make sure that no one else under the company under him had to deal with layoffs, or had to deal with losing money, because their pay would be cut, because the Wii U was failing. He took responsibility and cut his own pay, and he apologized. The president of Nintendo humbled himself publicly. He was a good man. He was a decent man. He was an honest man. Because I can guarantee you, no one else in his position in the game industry at any other corporation is doing that shit. Or has done that shit. Do you see fucking Bobby Kotick doing that shit? I certainly don't fucking see him do it. And you fucking shithead, are gonna put Iwata out there as a way of criticizing Game Freak. They're gonna prop him up. No. 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 This is one of the main reasons I'm really pissed right now. I wish there were more people like Iwata in the world. I wish there were more people running companies that were like Iwata. And Iwata was one of the biggest reasons Pokemon was a success. Because of the way he helped with its development. Whether directly or indirectly. And you're going to use him to try to shame Game Freak. I'm not going to be nice about that. No. That's not how you do this shit. That's not how you criticize a company in good faith. That is how you become a disgusting, fucking toxic fan. And I hope that you don't buy the games, Elzo. I hope that this made you feel proud and that you're not going to touch the games. And I hope you never fucking come back. We don't need you in the Pokemon community. And any of you that liked that tweet, that retweeted it, because I'm not even going to the actual tweet. This is someone had shared this. They screen captured it and then shared it. just to show how much of a piece of shit this person is. But any of you that fucking agreed with it, that retweeted it, that replied going, yeah, Owada, and liked it, there's the fucking door. Don't come back. We don't want you. We don't need you. You're not fucking deserving to be in this fucking community. Be a part of this fan base. Fuck off. Go away. You're released. Out into the wild. Never to be seen again. Fucking disgusting. That's my righteous indignation out of the way, partially. But there's another criticism I saw that kind of set me off too. And I got a prop game for that too, and I'll show you in a second. And it's fucking relevant, trust me. Because, somebody, I don't remember who it was, I'm not going to search for the tweet, talked about how people who criticize people that buy Call of Duty every year no longer have room to complain. Because look at what you're doing with Pokemon, standing for it. Really, motherfucker? You're going to compare the fucking copy-paste bullshit that is Call of Duty. Call of Duty, which does the same thing pretty literally every single fucking year. And you're going to compare that to Game Freak and how they handle Pokemon. No. 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 You don't get to do that. Call of Duty, doing the shit it does? No, that's not comparable to this at all. Not even a little. You don't get to bring Activision Blizzard into this conversation and try to say, hey, you can't criticize them for doing the shit with Call of Duty because look what Game Freak's doing. No. Question. On those Pokemon releases, did you have to pay for maps? Did you have to pay for, old content? Because I remember Modern Warfare 4, or Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, my bad, when they did the remaster. They resold the DLC maps. Added in microtransactions. To a game that all it did was give it an HD upgrade. And then they stripped out the maps and resold them to you. And then put in microtransactions that didn't exist in the first place. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 Remastered was a cash grab. Was avarice fucking incarnate. Activision Blizzard do not get to be the good guys here. Ever. Again, Game Freak may have lied. Game Freak, maybe he did. I don't know still. I haven't played the games. And I'm not dealing with the data mines. They may have omitted. And lies of omission exist. That's bad. They may have been, mistranslations. I've already talked about that. It could be a couple things. My nose is starting to run. But don't you fucking compare Game Freak to the fucking cesspool that is Activision Blizzard. You see this game? Crash Team Racing. Nitro Fueled. I never played the original games. I got this thing and it made me fun. I have kids. We like racing games sometimes. Mario Kart 8. Good game. So I thought this might be fun. And it was not bad. Not bad. That's fine. Hey, do you know what happened a month after this came out? They added microtransactions after saying they weren't going to. They straight lied. And here's the fun part. Most of us weren't surprised once it happened. Some of us were suckered into believing they were going to add microtransactions in. I believed it. I bought the game. And when they did do it, a month later, after reviews had come out, so not only did they lie, they were fucking scummy about it. After all that, and after what Activision also did with Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare, after every fucking stupid thing that's been going on with Activision Blizzard recently, you're going to try to say, I can't criticize Call of Duty, I can't criticize Activision Blizzard. Because look what Pokemon Sword and Shield, doing through Game Freak. Look at this shit. No. I am going to fucking criticize Call of Duty. I'm going to criticize Activision Blizzard far more harshly, far more fucking forwardly than I ever will Game Freak, at least for the foreseeable future, because Game Freak, for its faults with this recent release, and for any of the faults in the past possibly, they're not Activision Blizzard. They have not turned into Bethesda, because I've seen that criticism. No. No. Fuck no. This is one of the biggest missteps that Game Freak's had, honestly. This recent stuff with the Pokemon stuff. And they had their Little Town Hero, I think was the name of the last game they put out recently. That was a flop. Not a good game. I've seen some of the gameplay. I didn't buy it. I wasn't that interested, and I was going to wait and see how it went, and not a good game. So, yeah, Game Freaks probably aren't in a bad place because they put out a game, they were trying something different, and it failed. It wasn't good. It seemed to be a bunch of, half-baked ideas thrown together. And that sucks. It sucks. And that's going to be hard on morale. And all this other shit going on with Sword and Shield, that's going to be hard on morale. And it seems like they do care. They do care, it seems like, the people that work on these games. Don't you dare compare even the fucking management at Game Freak at this point. Because I haven't seen anything about crunch. I haven't seen them abusing their employees. Don't you dare compare Game Freak and Pokemon to Activision Blizzard and Call of Duty. They're not apt. They're not in the same fucking galaxy when it comes to criticism. At all. Activision Blizzard was fucking suspending people and fining them by taking away the money they'd earned through a competition because they spoke out politically. And then they give a faux, fake-ass non-apology and don't correct the things that they're sorry about, which they never mention what it is they're sorry for. And you fuckers eat it up. Because Diablo 4 has been announced. And Overwatch 2 has been announced. And they said they're sorry, kinda. Sorta, not really. No. No. You see why I might be a little pissed? Bethesda fucking lies and lies when it comes to Fallout 76. And it's a disaster. It is a disaster for release. And you're going to compare to, the animation stops when you climb up ladders. It stops for a minute. And you something like everything stops for a minute. Is the fucking thing crashing? Everything fucking freaking out and T-posing? I'm sorry. Are you really going to compare Sword and Shield having some weird little technical things that maybe are intentionally done because this is Game Freak's first time programming for the Switch? Like, this kind of game, this level of a Pokemon game? Because, let's face it, Let's Go is no mainline game. And you know what? Maybe it's possible that Sword and Shield were originally going to be 3DS games. Maybe. And they were going to wait till Gen 9 to come to the Switch. Maybe. But ended up getting pushed into moving it from the 3DS to the Switch. And maybe that's why there's some technical problems. Maybe there's why there's some lacking graphical details and design. I'm willing to believe that these were originally going to be 3DS games, and that they're just kind of getting bumped up to the Switch. I am more than willing to believe that's the case, and maybe that explains some of the problems. But maybe it's not. Maybe they were made for this, and maybe Game Freak was biting off more than they could chew, and it was a short period, which that's on Nintendo and the Pokemon Company, not Game Freak. I don't think that's on them pushing Game Freak into this cycle to try to get the games out faster than they probably should have been. I don't know. But you're gonna compare Sword and Shield to fucking Fallout 76? Really? Get your heads out of your fucking asses. I'm done with you assholes. I'm done. If you're not going to buy the games, don't buy the games. Leave the fandom, for all I care. I'm done. I'm done with that negativity. Because Pokemon's one of the few positive things in life for me. I don't have many. Our country's run by a fucking orange idiot. Our country also has a bunch of dumb boomers that have kind of gridlocked our country into not being able to do better. People are dying around the world from climate change issues, whether it be storms, famines. They're dying because religions decide that these are people that deserve to die. There's coups going on around the world. Countries are having riots and protests. And the world's in a shitty place right now. And even our hobbies have a lot of bullshit. And you know what? Game Freak has maybe a few things to answer for, sure. But they're not the bad guys. They're really not. Maybe they're misguided. Maybe they've lost their way a little. They're not bad guys. They're not the villains. So why are we supposed to start treating them like they are? Please tell me why. I will be buying the games. In fact, I pre-ordered them, which, yeah, some people say, yeah, you should do pre-orders. Yeah, you're right. You shouldn't, maybe. But Pokemon, I tend to. I mostly do it because it's easier on me financially, because I can pay them off a little at a time. Because, you know, wages fucking suck. Been stagnant for going on 30 years. Because again, the world is shit. And I'm sorry, I want to have something to enjoy. I've paid for 4 copies. I have 2 copies of each game coming to my household, one for each of the kids, and a copy of each for me. So it's 4 total, between 2 Shield, 2 Sword, that I've bought. We don't need you assholes coming in here and fucking with our shit anymore, and shitting all over the place. Like the fucking dumb pigeons you are. There's no chessboard here for you to flip and think you're fucking intelligent anymore. Go away. Maybe it's just me thinking that, though. Maybe other people in the community are more forgiving. I'm not. I'm done being forgiving. I don't have any good faith towards you shitheads. I still have some good faith towards Game Freak. And I'm willing to give them some benefit of the doubt that, whether they lied or not, that they can do better. And that they might do better in the future. And maybe that's misplaced. And I'm willing to eat crow on that if that happens. But I don't think today's that day just yet. I'm sure you guys missed seeing me on the channel. Yeah. I'm still excited for the games. Even with their shortcomings, because, you know what? It's a way for me to bond with my kids. It's still a way for me to bond with some friends. To bond with random people. I'm not going to just ignore that, toss it aside, and then shit on Game Freak over this shit recently. I'm not going to do that. They haven't deserved or earned that kind of ire. Not from me, at least. I don't think from anyone, really, overall. This isn't Ubisoft. This isn't Activision Blizzard. This isn't fucking Warner Brothers Gaming. Or Warner Brothers Interactive. What the fuck ever. Fuck Warner Brothers Interactive, too. It's a Game Freak. These are the guys that brought Pokemon around. That's the majority of their gaming catalog. They've done other games, but they're known for Pokemon. One of the biggest franchises in the world. And they've earned that right, for the most part, to be that. They had a winning combination. They had a winning formula. They knew what to do with it. And they've given a lot of joy over the time. You know, that's been around. I don't think this is a big enough misstep to have this shit thrown at them. Not in the way it has been. So, yeah, that's my opinion on all this. That's my say. That's my venting. And maybe this made it up on the channel. Future me knows for sure. But I'm going to end this on a positive note. Thank you, Game Freak, for being one of the first RPGs I played. For giving me something fun that I've enjoyed from the time I was, maybe 8 or 9? I'd have to look back now. No, I was about 10 or 11 years old. About the time it was about the same age that you could be a Pokemon master in the TV series and in the games, you know. I got to live that, in a way, you know, being a Gen 1er, that I was there from the beginning. And I've gotten to go on this journey for decades now. And it's been a blast, overall. And while I may be critical of you at times, and wish you could do better in a lot of ways, I think I've already done good by me. So thank you, Game Freak, for fun games, interesting characters, and cuddly creatures we've grown to love over the years that now we have plushies of, and we can cuddle in person. I'll be seeing you for Gen 8. Hopefully, it'll be a positive experience. I'm still optimistic. And I look forward to having fun with Sobble. Because Team Sobble, motherfuckers. Right here. Thanks for staying with me through all of this. It wasn't a very positive video, obviously. It was definitely one of my rantier videos. I was very angry. Still kind of am, but I feel a bit better having gotten that out, one way or the other. So be sure to like and subscribe. Share if you want to. I don't care. I would be amazed if this made it on Twitter and started going in the rounds. I doubt it will. If that happens, I don't know what the fuck I'd do if that happens. But I feel somebody needed to say it unfiltered. I said it, and I could be wrong still. But I feel like there's just way too much shit being heaped on Game Freak for this. And it's not right. And I've said that piece. But if you want some positive Pokemon content, hopefully positive, we'll see how that goes as I play them, why don't you join me on my Twitch channel? Because, yeah, if you haven't noticed, as I've posted a few archive videos here on the channel, I'm on Twitch now. I stream generally every Friday after midnight, usually around 12:30, 1 o'clock after I eat, because I get off work, and I come home, eat, and then I can play for a little bit on Friday nights. On Saturdays, I'll stream once or twice a day on Saturdays, usually afternoon, and then after 7. It's like from like noon to like 5:30 or 5 o'clock area, depending. And then from like 7 o'clock to later in the evening. And then I stream on Sundays. Usually around noon or so until about 4:30, 5 o'clock. So I do weekend streams. So follow me on twitch.tv/Xandros. If you want to join me there, the link's down below for that. I'm going to be streaming. I don't know which version yet. I haven't decided, so it could be Sword or Shield. But one of them will be streamed on there. And then I might put the archives over here, if you're interested. Or maybe we'll just do a second playthrough for you guys here, and post them that way. Who knows? Maybe Faye will be doing something like that, and on here. Who knows? We'll see how it goes, but thanks for joining me here. Hopefully I'll see you over on Twitch. And, yeah. Have a good day, guys. And be good to each other. And fuck all you assholes. Bye.